Dear Black Panther, in a time living with limited answers, you give us a superhero in the form of a super Negro now. Wakanda forever, that's our black anthem, our black mantra. A black hero personified with no ego, uplifting ancestral lineage, our ethos definition of black handsome. Gone but not forgotten, Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. We are livid, we lost you to cancer. But through cancer, you canceled your fears. In your movies, you made vivid. The world praises you for how you handled your condition. Though we are conditioned to feel pity for anybody with the condition, you practice self-love, staying true to your vision. And I'm sure there were times you felt less loved, but you stayed tough and give nothing less to yourself but self-love. Dear Black Panther, rest in power. And though it feels like an awful hour, reminiscing your genius, your gift, remind the world the joy you brought like sunflower. No bitterness, no sour. Just celebrating your memory for giving the world everything. Your black excellence manifest in the origins of your melanin. Speaking of the glow, you exhibit. Talking of the lows, you exited, paving way for Wakanda to manifest. King T'Challa, the birth, rebirth, and transition of the Black Panther. We celebrate your new chapter and the journey to the world after. You showed us a new standard. You are gone but not forgotten. Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. Rest in peace. I'd like to give some type of a reflection on Chadwick Boseman and what his legacy means to me, or at least what he was able to accomplish, means to me. My first encounter of any of his work really was on the movie Get On Up. He played James Brown, and he did such a phenomenal job that it was just unbelievable. And then later on, I learned that he actually learned his own dance moves. He didn't use a stunt double or anything like that. He learned every move himself, and I thought that was very impressive. And so I would like to give kind of 3 attributes based on what I've seen him do, and just getting to know who Chadwick Boseman, is. 3 things that I thought was really incredible about him. The first thing that I have come to appreciate was how he handled, being private about his condition. He had colon cancer and subsequently passed away from that. But I just thought that the way he handled that, that situation and how he kept it to his family and to his circle was just incredible. I believe that if the producers and the rest of the world got to know that he had cancer, he would have had the opportunity to play in Black Panther and 42 and the other movies that he was involved in. Probably not. The world kind of, we feel pity for people that are sick. We tend to think that they will not be able to do anything. And so I strongly believe that that opportunity probably would have been taken away from him. And so kudos to him, and his circle for being able to, keep that under wrap, and for being able to support him in such a difficult time. And for he himself for not divulging that information to anybody. It's nobody's business. And so what does that tell me? That privacy sometimes can work in your favor. If he had come out to say it sooner, every director, every producer would have been worried about his health, and he would have never had a chance to do it. And that privacy, I also give props to, his circle, his wife, his friends, his confidant, the people that he trusts the most. Nobody sold him out. They all kept it cool. They all, respected his wishes, and nobody sold him out. So I thought that was also beautiful, for the fact that the people that he trusted were able to keep that secret and just let the man be great. Let him work towards, his goals and just be an actor. And he's a fantastic actor. Obviously, we saw that in Black Panther, and how inspirational that was. So that is the first one, the privacy. I'm just very much impressed with how he was able to keep that under wraps and just hold everything else together. The second thing that I thought was amazing about him was his work ethic, just the hard work. Just reading about how he goes about his script, how he goes about practicing. It's just incredible. I read something about James Brown's daughter, how Chadwick would go to the house and kind of take a look at his closet and be watching the videos of James Brown's dance moves over and over and over again. it's just incredible. You look at any movie that he's worked on. 42 to the every single one of them. He brings a different flavor, and you can tell he puts his all into that movie. And obviously we've seen the amount of success that he's had. So even in sickness, Chadwick was, giving it his all, and that is just incredible to do. We all give excuses. I hit my toe on the corner of a door, and all of a sudden, I have all kinds of excuses. Hey, I can't do it. I'm not feeling well, and this guy just, pursued it and went through with it, and became, the great legend that we all know him to be today. So I was very much impressed about his hard work, and just for not taking that granted. Outside of press releases and movie promotions, you never see him anywhere. What does that tell you? This guy has been working. He's working behind the scenes. He's working on his craft, and so that I thought that was just inspiration and very motivating. So that was the second thing, his hard work. The last thing that I felt was very moving about Chadwick Boseman was his impact. Prior to his death, he had put Wakanda on the map. People that didn't know what Wakanda was or what, and obviously Wakanda is a fictional character, but that made people very curious about Africa as a continent. And there are some connotations that we can all relate to. Vibranium obviously is a precious stone, precious gem in the movie, but in real life, Africa has a lot of diamonds, gold, bauxite, a whole lot of minerals. And so I thought the movie was a good depiction, at least to show that aspect of Africa. But not just that, he put Africa on the map. People became more curious about Africa, putting on the clothes, the drums, the culture. It became, in a way, relevant again. Not that Africa is not relevant, but at least it brought it back to mainstream culture. I'm rocking my Kente shirt right now, because I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling inspired by the whole celebrating the life of Chadwick Boseman. So I thought he did an amazing job, just representing the culture, the camaraderie, the community base aspect of about Africa. And Africa is not a country, by the way, it's a continent. We have different countries, but the fact that Africa once again came onto the mainstream and people were curious about it, I thought that was great. That movie just made everybody excited. If you say Wakanda Forever, we all know what sign to make. And it's all thanks to, not just him, but everybody that participated in the Black Panther movie. I thought it was very significant to once again, shed that spotlight on the motherland. And so there you have it. The three things I found, the most interesting about, Chadwick and his legacy, and some of the things to remember him on, was the fact that he was able to keep his condition private, so that he can become the great man and the legend that we all know today. If it wasn't for the support also of his friends and family and his close, relatives and confidant, we wouldn't have had this opportunity. Back in, I think March or April, he posted a video on Instagram, and he was looking a bit frail. And we all saw what happened. People were making fun of him about how thin he was, and if he was on crack, very disrespectful. But he kept silent. He kept working. He kept going about his charities. He kept giving back. He kept being an amazing father, an amazing family man. And today we all wish we had more time with Chadwick. So that privacy thing ultimately ended up being a blessing for him. And so it can be a blessing for you too. Whatever you are going through, there is no point running to social media and throwing it out there for everybody to know that you're going through something, because that could block your blessings in some aspect. And for Chadwick, the fact that he was able to keep that under wraps and just keep on the grind and just hustle and go for his goals, I thought was amazing. It was really amazing. And also just for the hard work, pursuing his goals, pursuing the dream. Think about the amount of therapy and the chemos and the pills and the drugs he had to go through to be healthy, to kind of pursue those particular movies. It's just incredible, and so I'm sure, he had a lot of heart, a lot of spirit, to kind of keep up, working hard and to achieve, some of the amazing, feat that he was able to accomplish, even in his, relatively short time. So that hard work, I admire that about him a lot. And then finally, his impact, undeniable. Wakanda forever. Um, I think it's a generational thing. The first all black, Marvel. I mean, it's just amazing, and I think it made the culture very happy. It made a lot of people very proud, to be African, to be associated with, the culture, and so it's incredible. Um, Obviously, we are all still saddened by his passing, and I just personally want to wish Chadwick and his family, you know, um, give my deepest condolences to you guys, um, and for everybody who was a fan. So rest in peace, Chadwick, and wherever you are, just know that you've been a blessing to a lot of people. You've had a lot of impact and you've touched a lot of people, and so God keep you and God bless. Thank you.